Na klasse. It was somebody's voice that woke me up. A familiar pioneer was sitting directly opposite with his back to me. I'd gotten used to him a bit since yesterday, and it's even seeming that I stopped fearing him. Hey, why do you always hide your face? Because you shouldn't see it. If you say so. I wasn't in a position to argue. So, what are you going to reveal this time? You already know that it's the last day of the session, don't you? Yeah. And you've already spoken with that one? Yep. So what did he tell you? Nothing special. He said that there's an exit out of here. The pioneer burst into laughter. Yeah, I believed it 2 ages ago. And now? And what is now? I have a past, my life back then. He stopped talking for some time. Anyway, it all was long while ago, so I don't really remember. The future is all the same. Loops, loops, loops. Repetitions of the same story. Where is this now? Well, I hate to say it, but I'm not yet as lost in time as you are. Oh, that's nothing. That'll come with time. He broke into diabolic laughter. There's just one thing I don't understand. What's your reason for coming to me? What do you expect to achieve? Me? Nothing really. So why did you come then? It's just because you, him and the others like us are the only real people around here. Given everything he said to me already, I just wasn't ready to believe that all the local tenants are just puppets in some kind of hellish stage play. Are you sure that you're right? Right about what? Well, that you're right about everything. I can't be right or wrong. I didn't choose this world. I didn't throw myself into it. I'm just here and you're just here. Listen, I've already got a headache from your philosophing. I was kind of puzzled myself as to why I was so calm talking to this mysterious pioneer. Well, here it is, right in front of me, all the fantasy and the devilry that happened in this camp. Here it is, an explanation, at least a partial one, for how long I got here. Here they are. The answers I've searched for such a long time. On the other hand, my behavior was quite logical. While I couldn't quite explain what was happening, the Kaku guy just talked and talked, but it's not like his words changed anything. Then what's the point of listening to him? Oh no, you will soon understand everything yourself. Somebody was knocking at the door. I got up to open it. It was Slavia on the doorstep. You came to see Olga? No? Come in then. I was 100% sure that the pioneer had already disappeared. Turns out I was right. Slavia took a seat on the bed. I snuggled against the wardrobe in the far corner of the room. She was distinctly nervous. Did something happen? Not really, it's just today's the last day. Well, I'm already aware, better late than never. Well, so I thought. I mean, we probably won't see each other ever again. Will die mich jetzt poppen, Alter? Das ist doch immer so klischeehaft, so irgendwie in einem Film. Ja, also, wir sehen uns wohl nie wieder, also... Oder guckt man sich so 5 Minuten lang in die Augen, fängt sich an zu klutschen und auf einmal poppt man. Das ist doch typisch. It's a small world, as they say. But maybe you would give me your address to write letters. Ach so. Ja, sicher. I would have, if I only knew it myself. You know, let's do it the other way around. You give me your address and I'll definitely write to you upon arrival. But why don't you want to give out yours? Well, we were just about to move, so you never know. It's better if I write it to you. I try to put on my cutest smile to make my story look more credible. Ah, okay, it's fine then. Sliver got up and seemed to be leaving. Hey, wait, what about the address? Let's do it later. Wow. Fucking wow. An expression of sorrow and disappointment crossed her face. I just shut the door and right then heard the spiteful voice of the pioneer from behind. Well, happy now, you've hurt a girl. What have I hurt her with? What should I have said to her? My dear, write to my dear granny in the village? Or should I have left her address of a house that probably not even built yet? So what? I am not my brother's keeper. It's your world, not mine. I managed somehow on my own. That last phrase really made me squirm. You know what? Jesus fucking Christ. I didn't manage to finish the phrase. Someone was knocking at the door again. Come in. Oyana flew into the cabin. Schon wieder? Why the rush, milady? I made an excessively showy bow. Me? I'm just... Her eyes started about cautiously and her cheeks were blushed. Just wanted to say goodbye. There will be time for that anyway, after all. We'll all be going on the same bus. Ugh. Yeah, you're right, but it's kind of embarrassing in front of everybody. Oh, so there's something that you can be embarrassed by? I laughed. She pouted. I just wanted to tell you that you aren't a douche, really. In fact, you're almost a cool guy. Her words astonished me. Well, thanks. You're good to hang out with too. Well, that's that. She rushed outside, slamming the door loudly. Hey, didn't expect it from her. Did you? I got nothing to do with that, I told you. It really looks like you knew what she will say. Maybe I did, maybe not. You just came here to mock me? I started to lose my temper. That idea had also crossed my mind. Then why the hell are you hanging around here? If I never need a man to comment on all my actions, I'll hire a professional psychologist. You think that after all this time I don't qualify as one? My estimation is that after all the time here you're definitely gone bananas. All psychologists are freaks. Yes, but not all freaks are psychologists. He laughed out loud. A sense of humor, how encouraging. Frankly, your jokes are fairly lame. Who are you laughing at? At yourself. Listen, if you've got nothing to do in your own world, then go and buck that second one. And have you got anything to do in your world? The pioneer sharply countered. You know, I'll find out what to do. I'll pack my things, leave this camp. And then what? Then what? Like I know. I've never been in such a situation before, believe it or not. It's just that you've forgotten that you won't be able to leave the camp. Yeah, he was right on this matter. Probably. Just because you failed to do so, that doesn't mean that I will fail too. You're the boss. Klopfen. So quiet that I barely heard it. Lena. Damn, who else is it? Hissed I under my breath and shouted. Come in! But the door didn't open. I pulled the handle myself. Duh! Bei Lena weiß man nie, mit welchem scheiß Gesichtsausdruck sie vor einem steht. Lena was on the doorstep. It looks like I really scared her. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. You came to see Olga? No, she said, staring at the ground. So, what is it then? What did Lena want from me? Come in. She came in and hesitated in the middle of the room. Wanna take a seat? I pointed at one of the beds. Lena hesitated a bit more, but nevertheless took a seat. Did something happen? Not at all, it's just... She threw a quick glance at me, but blushed at once and looked away. Here. Lena took something out of her pocket and handed it to me. I was stunned. It was my phone. But where did you get it from? I found it in the forest. Okay, but why do you think it's mine? Somebody told me so. Was somebody? Oh, dude, ich bin müde. Some boy told me so. Have you ever seen him before? I don't know, I couldn't see his face, but he was dressed in a pioneer uniform. Everything was clear at once. And don't you wonder what it is? I looked at the screen. There was still some battery left, therefore the cell phone shouldn't look like a piece of plastic to Lena. I don't know, some kind of game. Yeah, you're right. I quickly opened Snake in the main menu and handed the phone to her. Here you go, a keepsake. Oh, what are you doing? I can't. Then I waved her hands at me. Take it. I have loads of these at home. I resisted a bit more, but finally she took the device. Was ist das für ein Handy? Nokia oder was? And what do I do with it? Press the keys to move left and right. You've got to eat the pellets and keep from hitting your own tail. Wow, it's so interesting. Ja, ich glaube, damals war das wirklich Bombe, das Spiel. Neben Tetris. She smiled. Thank you, and yet I have nothing for you. It's so embarrassing. I don't need anything, thanks. No, that's not good, she said with a voice that sounded more confident than usual. It's the last day today, after all. Yeah. I hope we'll meet again. I think we will. Then I have a present for you. And what is it? Close your eyes. Oh. I did so. And promise you won't open them until I tell you. Okay. No, you have to promise. Alright, I promise. In a moment I felt a light kiss on my cheek. I was really eager to open my eyes, but I promised. Open! The room was empty. What a girl. The only thing I managed to say. So, how does it feel, stud? I heard malicious laughter from the place where Lena had just been sitting. So that's your new way of pranking me, eh? Using the others? Me? Pranking? Huh, God forbid. Indeed, you got a kiss from a sweet girl, thanks to me, on the cheek, but anyway. Dass der Typ Lena mag. Ich will gar nicht wissen, was er alles mit ihr angestellt hat. Vermutlich hat er sie abgerichtet, dass sie so irre wurde. I really wanted to beat him up at the moment, but I wasn't even sure that he's a physical being here. I presume that this prank wasn't your last one? I said calmer. Who knows? Who knows? Isn't it fun? The pioneer laughed hard. Perhaps Professor Moriarty laughed like that, anticipating the success of his diabolical plan. You're certainly having fun, but I'm not. Relax, dude. There's almost nothing left, and here you go, your second lap. After you do a dozen, then you'll earn a pit stop. Although you probably won't need me then. You figured out everything yourself. It's not like I need you right now either. Oh, what an ingratitude. Just cut it out. If you'll never, ever... Just shut up already. No understanding. Shut your damn mouth! I screamed so loud that the walls trembled. Ja, ich kann leider hier nicht schreien, denn es schlafen Leute im Haus. Ja. Wie man sieht, es ist Obst im Haus. Hello, darkness, my old friend. The front door suddenly burst open and Alyssa came in. Is it just me, or has someone gone completely nutty nuts? Nutty Nuts Boy. Mit diesem Blick. She asked with fright. Well, you could say so, I answered angrily. Why are you yalla? Why are you yelling? Because I want to. I've already realized that the accidental arrival of Alyssa was either planned by this pioneer or will be commented on by him in a manner that I will soon drive a pair of nails into my ears, then have to hear. Have you gone psycho or something? Alyssa reclined on a bed in a laid-back manner. To what do I owe the honor? I came just for the sake of it, and you're just here screaming. You aren't doing anything just for the sake of it. You've got nothing to do. I've packed my stuff, it's boring. Well. If I think that I came to you because... She threw an angry glance at me and turned away. I really shouldn't have come after that. After what? I haven't said a word. Of course! You fought it instead. Dass wir poppen oder was? Ja, bisher kamen hier 3 Mädchen rein, von denen ich dachte, die poppen mich gleich. Und du bist die dritte. Ja. Oh, so you can read minds now? There's no need to read your mind. It's written all over your face. It was hardly possible to read anything on my face besides fatigue and anger. and what have you read there? That's none of your business. Ich glaube, das ist ja das, was du willst. Was du denkst. Jetzt zieh mich da mal hier mit rein. Well, it's not like I'm holding you here. Forget it. I go wherever I please. Don't boss me around. Okay, stay here then, for God's sake. Anyway, I liked Alyssa's company much more than the pioneers. I lay back and closed my eyes. It took Alyssa a few minutes to break the silence. It took Alyssa. You really don't want to tell me anything? For example, today's the last day after all. So you happy? Well, she babbled uncertainly. Everyone's leaving. Good riddance. And that's all? You need something else? Didn't you like it here? Her voice sounded unusual. I've seen better places. Damn, you're so dumb that speaking to you is a complete waste of time. She got up and headed to the exit. Yep, good luck to you too. Alyssa turned to me. Her face was written with anger. Couldn't you at least have said that you'll miss me? Sure, I will. Wimp. She slammed the door loudly. Stupid. Alyssa didn't hear my last line, of course. What a wayward chick, huh? As good as you are. And you, in that case? Of course, keep comparing me to yourself, I remarked mischievously. But what's the difference? We're in the same situation. I've just been here a little longer. Well, in fact, a lot longer. And you've already gone completely nuts. No wonder. His hoarse laughter was really pissing me off. Listen, have I already told you that you should be an actor? You will do a brilliant Hannibal Lecter. Especially since you consider yourself a psychiatrist. Sind Psychiater und Psychologen nicht zwei unterschiedliche Dinge? Naja, I'll think about it. Well, now I must go. Maybe I'll see you again. Get lost. I turned to look at him, but the pioneer had already disappeared. Ah, finally. But nevertheless, why did he come? Where did he come from? Where did he go? Where did he come from? Cotton Night, Semyon. It might... It might be the case that me, him, and other like us are the only real people around here. But I desperately didn't want to believe that. All his speak seemed like some sort of complex game. Like he's trying to give me one hint after the other, trying to lead me to something, enabling me to discover some kind of devious plot. Too bad he's not really successful at that, because I'm out of ideas. Time tracked on decidefully slowly, but it's 5 PM already. It's common during the summer. If one counts the seconds and minutes, it appears that even a single hour would never end. But if one thinks of anything else, then the whole day flies by quickly. I decided to start packing. They could leave without me. I quickly took all my winter stuff and shoved it into a bag. I was almost about to jump onto the bed again, but the door opened and Olga came in. "Oh, I see you packed already. That's great, let's go." I got up reluctantly, grabbed my simple luggage and followed her. I really don't care what will happen next. I had long suspected that nothing was up to me in this world, and recent events had reinforced my complete confidence in this. I might wake up tomorrow in bus number 410, or I might not wake up at all. And that's all, folks. It's all that simple. There's no point in staying here. There's nowhere to run. Basically, my only exit is to leave on the bus with everyone else. Go into the unknown. That's all I've been doing for the last week, stumbling along a narrow path in pitch black darkness, unsure of where's the beginning and where's the end. We were almost approaching the gates when I heard someone calling my name. "Semyon! Semyon!" Olga, excuse me just a minute. "Okay, but make it fast or we'll leave without you." I headed for the bushes that the voice came from. "Semyon! Semyon!" Miku? I waded through the thick greenery and came out into a forest path. The voice seemed to be calling from nowhere. One moment it was heard behind a tree, and now it seems to be behind my back. Probably it's one of those aliens from parallel worlds, but I suspect that I haven't met this exact one before. "We don't have much time." I'm listening. "I know that you've already been contacted by him and him." "Yeah? And I know what they've told you. Don't ask me how." "Okay." "But you must know one thing, the thing I know. There's more than 1,000 of us here. In fact, more than 1,000. But a lot of people got out." I've tried to digest what he said and phrase the right questions. "Then why are you here?" I stayed. "Why?" "To help others to find an exit." "Oh wow, how generous." "And why should I trust you? You're the third one already." "Well, in fact, I'm not even sure that you all aren't just my hallucination." "It's not about trust." "Then what is it about?" "It's about the right choice. Consider this camp to be a giant maze. You should take a few right turns to find an exit." "Okay, and how do I know which ones are right?" "You will know. Come with me." "Where to?" "To the second lab." "Hold on a second. That pioneer said that my second lab will start tomorrow." "He lied." The speaker raised his voice. "He's gone completely crazy and he's trying to destroy all the others. So if I don't go with you and leave on the bus, then I'll be destroyed, right?" "I don't know." "Then why do you say so?" "Nobody ever returned after a conversation with him." "Listen, why should I trust you?" I was definitely on the edge. While that pioneer just mocked me and didn't seem to be a real danger, this one clearly spoke about things worth being anxious about. I couldn't decide which one I should trust. This problem is like trying to get a blind man to say whether the light in the room is on or off. He can only guess. Just like me. "Hurry up, time is running out." "Hey, wait a second. Make a choice, are you coming or not?" Ah. Wenn wir der Stimme folgen, kommen wir zum Bad Ending. Glaube ich. Ja. Okay. Dann mache ich es mir einfach und speichere hier einfach. Easy. Ja, hier. Ich mache jetzt aber nicht sofort das Bad Ending. Ich bin echt verdammt müde, Alter. No, you know what? I can't just believe you in only a couple of minutes. At least I've knonf that other guy for a little longer, and his arguments seem to be more weighty. You'll be sorry. Those words sounded like they were coming from another world. The voice seemed to disappear. Of course, I couldn't be sure whether my choice is right or wrong. I was a blind guess enforced by a time limit. Nevertheless, whether I'm right or not, we'll find out soon. In a couple of minutes I was standing in a bus with all the other pioneers. Ja gut, das Gespräch müssen wir nicht auch nochmal hören. I decided to hold on a little and say a proper goodbye to this camp. All of a sudden I felt a deep urge to throw a coin. Of course, there's no fountain here, and honestly I didn't feel like returning. But it's still just a superstition, and I don't believe in them. At least I never believed in them before. Digging through my pockets, I found only a couple of candy wrappers, a pencil, and a scrap of paper. I held them for a moment, then I squatted, put the paper on the ground, and scribbled a few words. You're here for a reason. Ah. Ah. Merkst du selber was, ne? Grinning at my stupidity, I threw the scrap under the wheels of the bus and got into the cabin. I found a place in the middle. But the strangest thing that everyone sat in pairs and only I was alone. However, what's the difference now? I'll either disappear or will restart everything in a couple of hours. Wir fahren zurück von der Anime-Convention, wie ich sehe. Interessant. The bus was slowly moving towards the district center, occasionally bouncing over the bumps in the road. It was impossible to see anything beyond the old windows in the pitch black dark of the night. Anyway, I couldn't care less about the surrounding countryside. I just sat and waited for the inevitable. For the first time in a long while, my head was completely empty. The pioneers around me enjoyed the trip. Uliana and Alyssa were playing cards. Lena was reading a book and Slavia was sleeping. Mika was trying in vain to start a conversation with Senya, and Senya was trying really hard not to start killing people. Electronic and Churik were crafting something as always. I was the only one completely ignored by everyone. It might be a slightly far-fetched perception, and I got used to the role of being the center of the universe in the camp. I thought that everything revolved around me. Well, that might be so up to a certain degree, but here and now I'm only a foreign object, an out-of-place molecule in the harmonic pattern of crystal grit. I'm not sure how long we spent on the road, but sleep had already started to overcome me. I was desperately fighting Morpheus, trying to stay awake as long as I could. After all, it's quite possible that today is the last day of my life. Then probably it's reasonable to cling as hard as I could to these few hours of meaningless, useless existence. However, physical fatigue and more importantly emotional fatigue took its toll, and I fell asleep.